Some people are born deaf and some people become deaf, but we all struggle with the same things. In our film, we are going to use the word deaf to describe all types and levels of deafness.
There are different degrees of hearing loss, ranging from mild through moderate and severe to profound.
Steady! Go! Go! Twinkle, twinkle.
This is a simulation of a mild hearing loss. This is an example of a moderate hearing loss. And now, a profound hearing loss.
So what is it like to be deaf?
Being deaf is a bit like watching a fuzzy television screen. You only get bits of a conversation, and communication can be really difficult.
Sometimes it's hard to remember new words and how to say them.
It can be hard to understand what is being said because we often just hear part of a word, not the full word, and this makes what we hear distorted. We need visual clues to help us understand, as well as speaking face to face, so that we can lip read and read facial expressions too.
Sometimes sign language can help. At school, it can be really hard when the classroom is noisy, and when we're out having dinner in the hall, and when we're in the playground, and if there's music on in the background.
It can also be hard to keep asking people to repeat things, time after time after time after time after time.
What else is hard?
When my teacher writes on the board and talks at the same time, I can't understand what she is saying because I can't lip read unless she is facing me. Lip reading gives me a bit more information and helps me to understand. When everyone is packing away and the teacher is calling out the homework, remember what I said about noisy classrooms. Can I understand?
When we watch a film or film clip and there are no subtitles, then we miss out on lots of information and can't follow what is happening.
Sometimes it is tricky with our friends, especially when we are talking in a group. If everyone talks at once, we don't always know who it is. Please try and be patient and take turns in the conversation.
It is challenging having a hearing loss, but it makes us more determined, and with the right support in place, there is no stopping us.
So what can you do to help?
The good news is there are lots of little things that you can do to make a big difference.
My radio aid is really important to me. Please use it correctly.
Wear it in correct position.
Check the frequencies match on the transmitter and the receiver.
Only use my radio aid if you need me to hear your voice.
Always use it in assembly.
Please remember to put the subtitles on when using the interactive whiteboard so we can understand what we are watching.
Write down important words on the whiteboard, especially new words, because it is so tiring to understand new language.
Homework. To do it properly, we need to know what we are being asked to do. We need to hear it and see it.
If you're not sure what we need, just ask us because we know what we need. So, who helps us?
Sensory Support has a team who helps us in different ways. Our teachers of the deaf and specialist teaching assistants visit and train all the teaching staff so that they understand about deafness and how it affects us. They also help us with our listening, talking, our work and any concerns we have.
If we have a problem with our equipment, it is our speedy technicians who come to the rescue.
Other people who help us are the TA in school. They make sure that our school is deaf-friendly by checking our equipment is working every day and supporting us in our classes.
Friends and families are part of our team too because they know us best.
Our top tips for helping people like us are:
Speak clearly and naturally.
Get our attention before you start speaking.
face us when you talk to us.
Use visual supports.
Make sure we know what the topic of the conversation is.
When you are in a group, avoid speaking all at once.
Remember,
Hearing aid makes everything louder. Keep the noise down.
I prefer being called deaf. What about you?
I agreed with it.
Yeah, I don't like being called hearing impaired.
I don't either.
We are human, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not invisible.
No.
Have you ever had that thing where the teacher goes out the classroom with the transmitter still on?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, one time the teacher went out and guess what I heard? The toilet flushing.
Oh.